Hey guys, it's Leisha. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you can get notifications every time I post a video. I just finally got YouTube partnered. I'm so excited. I just got the email yesterday. I've been trying for a long time and have finally succeeded, so never give up, guys. Now, I'm going to be talking about my childhood today, and so if you guys have any triggers with anything about sexual abuse or anything like that, please click out of the video. Yeah, and I hope you guys all enjoy my story. This happened when it started when I was about between 5 and 7 years old. So yeah, and I wrote some things down because I didn't know how to start the video. But here it goes. So this is a very hard video to make, but I'm only doing it to get it out there, and not only for myself, but whoever else will benefit from it. In case somebody else has been through the same thing or is going through the same thing, you need to speak out. I was only an innocent child. I didn't know what was wrong and what was right. I was told that it was fine, normal, and okay. My mom and dad had split up when I was 2. My mom had found herself a boyfriend, and in no time it seemed like he had moved in. I am not going to get into deep details about every little situation, as it's more so triggering for myself, and I don't want some family members knowing so much. But it all started when I was about 5. And her boyfriend had moved in, and in the morning I would get up and I would lay on the couch in my nightgown and watch TV like a normal child before school. And it all started when I would just be lying there and this guy would tickle my legs and stuff and my feet and so forth. I was an innocent little girl who didn't know right from wrong. I look back now and still can't wrap my head around it all. What's so exciting about a little 5-year-old? Anyway, this is my story, and I may go over all over in spots, because I don't know. Yeah. So, it had went on from there when I was 5. It went from stay home, tell your mom you're sick, don't go to school. I was getting money in replace of different things. Like I said, I'm not going to go into details. I'm sure you guys get the drift. I would be bought anything I wanted. You name it, from anything from like Tim Hortons to clothing, name brand clothing. As I got a little bit older, I would, if I did favors, I ended up getting like the Fat Farm shoes that were in. This went on for 13 years. 13 years. And I finally started dating this guy, and I fell in love with him, and I ended up confiding in him. And when I told him about everything, he got very angry. He ended up punching some things, and he said, if you don't tell, I'm going to tell. Now, I was really scared to tell anybody because there were illegal guns involved. Well, guns period were involved. They were locked up in our house, and he was the one with the password and everything to them. So that was a big fear in my eyes. Never know what one would do, right? I mean, if they're going to do that to an innocent child, what else would they do to an innocent child, is how I always felt. So I tried to talk to him, and I was like, come on, no, you can't tell. I can't do this, blah, 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 blah. And he insisted. So I ended up talking to one of my best friend's parents, and they said, yes, you need to tell your mom. You need to talk to your mom, and you need to go to the police. Well, I ended up telling my mom, and of course, from the shock, my mom didn't believe me. She said, "You're just trying to split us up," and everything like that. And I ended up leaving the house. I went and moved in with my grandparents. I gave my mom an ultimatum. I was pregnant at this time as well. I called her up at my grandparents because I was at my friend's house and she was up at my grandparents, and I said, "Listen," I said, "if you don't come with me today, you are not going to have anything to do with me anymore or your grandchild, and that's that." And she replied back with, "I'm sorry." And I said, "Okay." And that was that. And then not even 5 minutes later, she called me back and she's like, "I'm sorry." She's like, "I'm coming with you." So she came. Bella. Sorry. Get down. She came and she heard everything that I told the police. So the police had gave it a little bit before. Actually, let me rewind a bit. This is what I said when I'll be all over the place. So after I told my mom and everything, and I moved up in with my grandparents, and this is before I even went to the police. I was with my friends, and I had called my mom or something. He had called or something, but I put him on speakerphone, and he had said, "If you don't go to the police, I will do anything you want. Anything you want." And I said, "Look, no, this has gone on too long. You were in the wrong, and whatever." He's like, "Look, I know I was in the wrong." So that right there gave my mom the, like, okay, he did do it. He's admitting to it, right? So I ended up hanging up on him. But anyways, back to the police station thing. So the police said that they were going to come confiscate him and everything. And now he had illegal guns. Go, Bella. He had illegal guns. Go lay down. And so I ended up going to the house that night for some reason. Now, he knew he was going to be locked up, taken away or whatever. And they didn't do it right away. So when I went to the house, he was grabbing out these guns that were very, very illegal. And he had one handgun in his pants pocket, and he left. And so the next day that he came, he got comprehended. They took him in. They ended up, I remember just standing there watching the police dogs search for guns. They were everywhere. Well, there was like one or two, but they were everywhere outside, sniffing in bushes, looking for other guns, because they were told that he had illegal guns. Now, once they had confiscated all the guns, they had me come and look in the locker or the safe where all the guns were, and that handgun was not there. And I told them that. I said, "There's still that one handgun that he took out the night before you guys arrested him, and it's not there." And did they do anything about it or pursue much about it? I don't think so, because that gun's still out there, and the only person that knows where it is him, which terrifies me, because I messed up his life. Well, really, he messed up mine, but in his eyes, I messed up his life. I took away his family. He had a really good job, so he lost that. He had it all. So who's to say that one day he's not going to find that gun and find me, right? Those are my worries. I'm trying so hard not to cry. So anyways, he went into jail. He ended up getting bail, and then he got put back in because of the guns. I don't know. Anyways, he ended up in jail for 3 years. But like every day counted as 2, so it was like nothing basically, right? And this is for the abuse and for illegal guns. So he basically, it was a slap on the hands, basically, is what it was. Now, afterwards, I was diagnosed with really bad anxiety when I was 13. It was really, really bad. And then afterwards, everybody's like, well, this is why you were having so many problems. This is where the anxiety was coming from. This is where the depression was coming from. It was all because of what you were going through, which is understandable, right? So then they diagnosed me with whatever and gave me proper medications and whatnot. And yeah, so when he had got out, he had seen a psychiatrist in there, and he was diagnosed with schizophrenia, I think, and a sociopath. And a sociopath is a person who just has no feelings. So, with that gun being out there, you know, he could easily do anything with it and not even care, not have any feelings, right? It's scary. Personally, I think that he should have been locked up until that gun was brought back, and if it wasn't, then he should have just sat there, to be honest. That's the ultimatum that they should have given him. But our justice system is messed right up. And I'd be the first one to tell you that, because I don't think 3 years, as opposed to my 13 years of trauma that I went through, was good enough. Like, he messed up my entire life. My entire life has been messed up by this guy. I can't go out by myself. I can't go out for a drive by myself. I can't work. I can't, there's just so much. And it's all because of him. Yet now he's driving around in a nice car. He has a job. He has a place to live. And it's not far from me. I see him occasionally, which really sucks. I've thought about just up and moving, but that's not very easy when you have 2 kids and a little bit of income. Like, how can I get my 2 kids up and leave and find somewhere far to live with little income and having 2 kids? Like, it's almost near impossible. So yeah. So court, when I had to go to court for him, that was the hardest day of my life. It was worse than going into the police station. I had to sit. Get down. I had to sit across from him, like I was up in the booth, and he was over like here, and I had to explain the whole story, into details, everything like that. And I remember, because I was pregnant, his probation officer, or whatever, his jury, whatever they're called, he had asked me, he's like, are you sure that baby's not his? And I didn't know what to say. I was dumbfounded, like, pardon me? And my person had stood up and was like, I object. She can't answer that. It's clearly not his. It's been proven that it's not, or whatever. Like, it wasn't proven, like DNA test or anything like that, but I was happily with somebody and everything like that. So, but that day was the worst. I remember I was getting sick all the way there, sick to my stomach. We ended up going for lunch before. I was hanging out the car door, getting sick as my mom was ordering food for us. I was in the courtroom, and I had to have them all stop because I had to go and get sick. My mom wasn't allowed in the courtroom, so she ended up coming to the bathroom with me as I got sick, and they were like, you guys can't be in there by yourself. And she's like, I'm not just gonna let my daughter, be sick by herself type thing. So, and no, it wasn't because I was pregnant, it was because of the nerves and everything. So I ended up getting through that day, and I thank my family for being there for me that day, because as I said, it was the worst day in my life. My dad was there, which is huge, because he had to listen to every little detail that happened to his little girl. My grandpa was in there, which he's always been like a dad to me as well. So that had to have killed him to be in there to listen to every little detail. And one of my uncles were in there as well. Now, afterwards, it was still, on the way home, I was still getting sick. I told my mom I had to get sick, and we were on the 401, and she's like, roll down the window, because I didn't have a bag or anything. So, it was a mess. It was brutal. But it's definitely a day that I will not forget. So the whole reason why I wanted to do this video is, one, I want you guys to know about me. I'm not just not working because I'm lazy. I'm not working because I just don't want to. It's because honestly I can't. There is so much. I've posted before, like, the in-depth details that all I have that's wrong with me, that I've been diagnosed with, and stuff like that. I wanted you guys to be able to feel connected, to know about me, to know that, I'm willing to share stories like this. And if you're going through the same thing, please do not wait that long to tell somebody. No matter what the fear is, you're going to be protected. They're going to go away. You're going to be okay. If I can get through it, you can. It's been a long journey, and I'm still not fully through it, but I'm pushing through every day. And if it wasn't for my daughter that was born first, because I had my daughter first, I honestly don't know where I would be today. She came into my life for a purpose, and that purpose was to help me, to push me through, to give me something to want to live for, to give me something that I knew I had to take care of so I couldn't go out and do whatever. She was my rock, and she always has been and always will be. And I'm thankful that I had her at 17, turning 18, because that's what I needed in my life at that time. So, like I said, if you guys are going through any of this, please tell somebody. If you feel you can't tell somebody, reach out to somebody. Reach out to a friend. Reach out to somebody you look up to on the internet. Heck, reach out to me. I'm here. If you want to talk, I'll talk. Just please don't keep it inside. I know it kills. It's not easy, and it's not easy to tell, but it's something that has to be done. You deserve to feel comfort and everything, and not to be afraid. But with that being said, I'm going to end this video, and because I am now YouTube partnered, I will be filming more. I do have a couple videos in mind. If there's anything you guys would like to see, please let me know down in the comments, and we can be sure to make that. I got my dogs here with me. They sense when anything's wrong, right? So they're right there because I'm upset and talking about it. So yeah, so don't forget to reach out and let me know what other YouTube videos you would like to see. Yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I would love you guys, and I will see you all next time. Mwah.